welcome to Perfect, where we talk about wins, goals, and visions that help shape our world. I'm Patricia Ramirez.
And I'm Eliana Lakap. We're streaming live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on TikTok, and at Daily Tribune PH on YouTube.
So today we're zeroing in on what achievements, innovation, trailblazing, and leadership mean. Because these words don't always look the same from one person to another.
And we'll also talk about how these stories and initiatives influence communities and how they continue to shape the world around us.
So how's 2026 so far for you, Eliana?
It's going well naman. It's so far
Mm.
it's fine. You, Mampat.
Grabe, we're already half in the first
This
month
month,
of the
yeah.
year. I think so much already happened. I've been seeing trends that it feels like this is already January 38th at this point.
Right?
But so much has happened locally and globally. But what we've been seeing is at the start of 2026, a lot of newsmakers and creatives are really doing good for the country as well as the global. So far, what are your hopes for 2026?
Uh, if personal, I just hope the year goes extremely well.
Mhm.
And I think for the country, I just hope that, all the issues, all the problems will get solved within the
Mhm.
year. The backlogs that were left last year, hopefully
Mhm.
it will push through and finish this year.
Mhm. And when we talk about achievements and goals, it's not just about awards, trophies, or recognitions. It goes beyond titles. And sometimes it's about changing lives, celebrating small wins, or being the first to take a risk. Even if there was no medal at the end of it, that in itself is actually an achievement.
That's right, because as they say, success isn't just the highlight reel, it's the discipline, the doubt, and the sacrifices behind the scenes.
So we have a few questions for each other. Para to share to our katribus what really are achievements, how can we define ourselves as leaders, as well as how do we usually see success. So of
Yes.
course, first, Eliana, for
Mm,
you, right off graduation, you joined Tribune, right?
yes.
So what achievements are you most proud of that people don't usually see?
I think it's how I got here in
Mm-hmm.
the first place, cause I mean journalism is not an easy field,
Mm-hmm. It is, it
and
is.
and I think my biggest achievement, like 3 4 months in this work,
Mm-hmm.
is making to the front page, because as a
Mm-hmm.
journalist, seeing your name
Mm,
on a newspaper is a different kind of joy
it
that you
is.
really
Mm,
can't and it cost me a lot, because in Jordan school I always thought that I wasn't cut out for it,
mm-hmm,
because I was surrounded by people who were really into journalism at a very early age.
mm-hmm,
So they were competing, in
mm-hmm,
the local journalism competitions, and I always felt that I never fit in. But now I am celebrating my small wins as
mm-hmm,
a newbie journalist
mm-hmm.
in the field. So yeah, you ma'am Pat.
Yeah, I do feel the ones that when you made it to the front page, to the cover, I have my personal copies of the stories that I had
Same.
and plan to have it framed. I still don't know when, but I think the achievement I'm most proud of is the work we have done for Daily Tribune Digital. So for our online, since I started here as a social media manager, and where we are now, um, is actually it was a dream 2 years ago. It
Yeah.
was a dream for me 2 years ago. So for the cause of it, for me is actually, of course, taking the risk. Actually, um, I came from corporate for 7 years. I was with a bank, Citibank, and then taking a leap of faith of going to the media and actually being able to thrive in it and create innovations that people think Gen Z won't be able to actually take leadership roles early on. And I'm a 1997 kid, so I'm actually the elder Gen Z.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy when you're actually leading a team of all Gen Z as well. You're all 20, a lot of raging hormones, a lot of
Yeah.
sometimes attitudes thrown around in between, and recklessness and restlessness for both, actually. So I think being able to lead a team and um, actually now having the goal set before, parang pagising mo na, I never thought that will happen, but
Mm-mm.
now this is the day where we are.
Yeah.
So that actually is an achievement I'm
Yeah.
proud of.
Very much so.
So, but for the others, this is quite a niche or like cliche question. How do you define success?
Well, I think success isn't really about the material
Mm,
or like the
mm,
trophy, the medal. I think it's what you feel inside, that you feel like you've reached a point in your life that
mm,
you know you're fulfilled, you know you're happy, and
mm,
you're just very content at where
mm,
you stand in life. That to me is
mm,
success. If
mm,
like you reached your dreams,
mm.
if like you've reached the certain goal that you've set for yourself, that
Yeah,
to me is success. How
yeah.
about you, Mampat?
So I think I've in one of my coverages, I've come to this mindset of success should actually be measured of your good health and how you love yourself. um Success mostly is defined by your credentials or like whatever is in your resume, but I guess true success in life is only achieved when you know you're truly happy and at peace. So why I'm saying also health, because for you to be able to actually achieve the things that you plan to have or like you plan to experience, you have to be able to do it
Yeah.
physically. So for some that they're working themselves to the bone, not having enough sleep, not being able to eat, or not even taking care of themselves to sacrifice to material success or wealth success. That is I remember this is actually one of the talks um through healthy options. They were saying that um you should internally be successful to actually glow and be able to also provide that success to you and
That's
your
nice.
family.
That is
So I
nice.
think I think for me has been the redefining of what success really is. So now let's move on from success to innovation. So in today's society, especially amid chaotic governance and everyday challenges, Filipinos continue to shine when it comes to solving problems, not just for themselves, but actually for the people around them.
That is true. So, from family to level concerns to community wide issues, Filipinos have this natural drive to excel, innovate, and offer solutions.
And we've seen this firsthand through our previous guests on Perfect. Take Dr. Jen Bowles, for example, the owner of Trust Luxury Chic. Through live selling of branded bags at more affordable prices, she not only helped her family thrive, but also made luxury more accessible to customers who once only dreamed of owning these items.
So, and another one is
And with this two as example, innovation really does create a ripple effect in the community. So let's bring it closer to home, partner. So for you, actually, I just want to touch first on the two previous guests that we have. For the Philippines, e-commerce has really been a big factor for us. Of course, everyone is working, and most of the time, you're physically at work.
yeah,
So actually being able to touch base for online commerce and being able to be closer to brands that are usually out of your way, like
yeah,
if you want to attain a Chanel bag, you can finally do it at a
yes.
much attainable price,
Mm.
that you can have it from the innovations that they have been doing. And then I personally was able to ride a motor ride hailing cab. It's
Yeah.
actually one of the savers for us when we are late for coverages, or anything that you have to be on time for, especially in the traffic of the metro during the holidays. So sometimes we don't choose it because the helmets are really gonna mess up our hair,
Yeah.
and it does actually carries
Smell.
to your whole day kasi yung smell. So
Yeah.
ilang tao yung sumasakay. So these innovations are like parang hindi mo siya agad-agad may isip, but these Filipino innovators are actually able to solve this problem. So for
Yes.
you currently, ano yung mga frustrations at what problem were you trying to solve? And why did you believe it would work?
I don't think I have like a major like major role. I think I could only relate this to like my personal life, to
Mm.
myself, that I'm trying to still work out up to this day is
Mm.
me and speaking to people, because
Mm.
as an introvert for so long, I know that it's a burden to me because I'm a
Mm.
journalist, I have to
Mm.
talk to people. So I believed na I could do it,
Mm.
so I had to work around it.
Mm.
So it made me better. So now when I go to coverages, I'm not shy anymore.
Mhm.
I can talk to people. And I know sometimes they say that being an introvert, you really can't go out of your shell because
Mm.
you're stuck in that
Yeah, in
space.
that same space.
Yeah, so I am just like a testament that I can be here.
Mm.
And because I also didn't like public speaking growing up, so me being here,
Mm.
I didn't believe in myself that I could do it. So no, I could.
That's really nice that
Yeah.
you're able to actually pick up yourself.
Yeah. How
I
about you, Ma'am Pat?
I think I just want to share my short pet project or advocacy when I was in college. So before you actually go to seminars or certifications in college, you have to like push an advocacy. And before, I was an environmental society president in our university. So what actually or the idea that I was trying to propose to LGUs are actually yung usually kapag mga river banks or like yung mga ilog, no, sila yung makikita natin na madumi, makalat, madaming basura natatapunan. And beside them are actually sometimes, I'm not generalizing, no, sometimes are informal settlers.
Yeah.
So what I thought of an idea or supposed to be an innovation, but it didn't happen yet, maybe we can propose, is that in collaboration with the LGU, DNR, and NHA, National Housing Authority, the informal settlers on the riverbanks could actually the ones to restore and clean the rivers.
Oh,
And then in return, their payment will be given by the National Housing Authority for them to get or receive their own house for that project that they did for the environment.
Oh, wow.
So that is what I actually wanted before, and then help of private sectors on how we can research to make these rivers or bodies of water alive again. So parang ang title ko nun before is Dead Waves Alive Communities.
Wow.
So
So-
it's still a dream project of mine, but I'm just putting it out there now. Hopefully, these innovations of like integrating and getting back or providing back to our environment are actually be in place in the future, hopefully. So with that, let's take a short break.
And this break is brought to you by Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Union Bank, it starts with you.
Usapang OFW is the show that honors the journeys of our modern-day heroes, our OFWs. Join Chingmi Fernandez, John Dodson, and Rafi Ayang every Tuesday and Thursday at 3 p.m. to hear the real stories behind the sacrifices. Watch it live on Daily Tribun's Facebook page, Tribune Now on YouTube, and Daily Tribune Official on TikTok.
Want to hear from thought leaders shaping our world? Straight Talk with Chito Lazada and Ted Montalibano dives into leadership, politics, and business every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Catch conversation live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune Now on YouTube, and Daily Tribune Official on TikTok.
welcome back to Perfect. Still with you is Patty and
And Ellie, earlier we talked about achievements and innovation. Now let's move on to trailblazing, choosing the unfamiliar path and going beyond what is expected.
unfamiliar. So breaking norms, stereotypes, or industry ceilings is like adding a new flavor to the menu, discovering a different route to the finish line, or even going beyond the waves. So let me ask you this. In the field you're in now, of course in media,
Yeah.
journalist, were you ever told that the path you choose wouldn't work?
Actually, no. I think the other path that I wanted to take was the one people told me that wouldn't work.
Mm.
The other path that I wanted to take was theater. I wanted to
Oh.
take up theater in college because I am a theater geek. I'm a theater fan, and I really wanted to be on stage. And they told me it wouldn't work. So I shifted to my love for writing. So that's what brought me here. And I and nobody told me it wouldn't work because I knew how to write. I think it's only my internal self that told me that I
It
don't know
was
if it yeah, it
self-doubts
was
that
self-doubts.
was pushing you back.
Yes. So I really had to push myself.
Mm-hmm.
I had to combat my own
Yeah,
battles
your own
inside.
battles.
So that's what brought me here. It's through my doubts, to my fears, that if I would even make it to where I am today, because when I took up journalism, I didn't know what branch of journalism I wanted to take. Everybody had their own
They already knew
beats.
their niche
Yes,
and
they
beats.
knew. But me, I was still in confusion. I was in a daze. I didn't know. But I always knew I wanted to be in broadcast. I always knew I wanted to be in front of the camera.
That's why you're hosting today.
Yes, that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
why. And I am so thankful that when I entered here, I got a chance to anchor the news and then now anchoring here.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a really big thing for me
Well,
now.
to our katribus who are familiar for the both of us, we actually are the Tribune News on Q hosts.
Yes.
So
For
we're
real.
in different light for today, like lifestyle and chill lang.
Yes.
So for a question that we have here, I think this is the thought ga for career, no? So I'm gonna answer this one since I've been working for like, oh my god, 9 years, 9 to 10 years now. Excuse me. I do have the one that got away for my career. I think that would be my opportunity to actually study overseas when I got a scholarship from Oxford University. Supposedly, I was given a scholarship for literature
Wow.
master's in Oxford University, but that happened in 2019. And then right after it, I also received a acceptance letter for the Pearson College of London for
Oh.
business economics. And then when I already sorry, sorry, excuse me. When I already got those letter of acceptance, like I'm already processing all my documents to go to London to get my literature and at the same time my business economics program, the pandemic hit. So I wasn't able to fully fulfill it and finish it and even start it. So until today that I think is like, what if I have gone to London that
Yeah.
time, or what if I gone to Oxford and finished
It's
that
really
degree?
those things.
Because it's a curious thing for me. Like it's a different experience studying abroad from your usual visits of just traveling, but truly experiencing the place firsthand and doing academics and being
Yeah.
able to go with your other age like
Yeah.
individual. So it's a thought ga for me.
It's a different immersive
Yes,
experience,
yes,
right?
it is.
Yeah.
So for you, you're currently very curious on broadcast and you're in media. Is there any fields that you would want to experience more?
Not if not related to media, I would really want to pursue theater. As in, even because like right now the theater scene is so high. The past few years, it's been so a lot of people have been very interested in musical theater or theater in general the past year. So I think I want to either explore that or explore my other childhood dream, which was to become a flight attendant.
Oh, flight
Because
attendant. Uh-huh.
if
I
you
think you
know,
have the height.
yeah,
So and the pretty face. Oh my
yeah,
God.
it was
Kayang
because
kaya.
of if you guys know the teleserye Be Careful with My Heart.
Yeah, si
Maya,
Maya.
yeah, because of her. I was like, wow, you get to travel to different places, you
Yeah.
get to be in the sky.
Mm.
But I I had a homesickness, so I didn't know if I could do it.
Uh-huh.
So if I were given the chance, I would
Why
explore
not?
two fields.
Why
Those
not?
two
Yeah.
fields, either theater or being a flight attendant.
Because I have batchmates in college. I graduated communication arts, and they're actually successful flight attendants
Yeah.
right now. And I do see their travels. They always share it on their social media. So I think it is really nice. And I think for women in general, like it gone are the days that people are saying that you cannot do it because you're a
Yeah.
woman. We can do it very much today.
Yeah.
Everyone could be career oriented and still be a mom. Anyone could stay single and just focus on their
Their life,
careers and love themselves.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me. And then for me, I think a frustration before was to go in med school. I wanted to try because most of my family, my titas, and my mom is actually coming from the medical field. So I always wanted to, but I don't think I'll be able to memorize medical terms. I'm kind of like someone who wanted to try so much. I at one point I wanted
Yeah.
to be a lawyer. I did try to learn it, and but my I'm frustrated lawyer.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Frustrated.
And then the third one, I have so much. But the third one is a passion of mine. I wanted to be a chef
Wow.
because I love to cook.
Mm.
And then I realized if I wanted to really cook for full time and like create my own business, I don't want a passion of mine being something that I would hate because I'll treat it as work.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I'll be so busy or like I'll focus myself into this passion that I would hate it because I really
Yeah.
love cooking to the point that um I don't taste my food when I'm cooking it. I just finish it and
Then just
I got it in my head, in my taste buds that I know that it would work. It did work.
yeah.
So I that was a frustration of mine before, like before coming into Tribune, I was supposed to go and be a cook for a cruise line in
Wow.
Europe. I already have all my plans, and then this opportunity came, and I always wanted to write.
And now
So
you're
I'm here.
here.
And now I'm here.
Wow.
So I could have been a doctor, I could have been a lawyer, I could have been
chef.
a chef. But I think it comes with our course, communication arts. We've always told ourselves that we are jack of all trades but master of none. So it's like dipping my toes in all of these experiences and being able to harness those
Yeah.
experiences to now create the stories and write the stories and share the stories to our readers and audiences.
Yes, that is so nice.
Yeah. But now, I think we're coming into an end, mga katribu. But before we end it, we'd like to share some good news. This,
Yes.
I want to actually visit. Likhang Filipino was officially launched yesterday. It's a haven for the country's creative industries. So, Miss Dina Ventura, our lifestyle and managing editor, visited the place actually yesterday and shared some of the snacks that she got from it. So President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. together with First Lady Lisa Araneta Marcos and former First Lady Imelda Marcos led the launch of the Likhang Filipino exhibition halls at the International Trade Center complex along Rojas Boulevard in Pasay City. This New Year round exhibit space showcases the finest Filipino products, designs, and craftsmanship. The showroom is considered a rebirth of the former Phil Trade Center, which launched in 1979, which housed top Filipino export products from furniture and fashion to food and industrial goods. So I was talking about earlier about the goods that was shared. I saw some of the press photos and
Yeah.
the photos that was shared to us by Saitem. There are a lot of things that I would want to buy if I visit this exhibit. But yesterday, Miss Dina, I was mentioning earlier, brought some snacks. They are healthy veggie chips, and there are
Ooh.
also like spicy salted eggs, potato chips, and the whole editorial actually loved it.
Ooh.
Even our boss, our publisher, boss Willie Fernandez, got the taste of it, and they liked it. And I remember there's also sweet potato chips. But from the photos that I saw, it's again fashion,
Yeah.
accessories, cultural arts. There were also vases
Oh,
that
yeah.
was proudly made Filipino. One that also took um, my interest was the Filipiniana re-inspired designs. They
Ooh.
have different versions of new Filipiniana themes that you could use, like out of the usual. Because what we have been seeing now is like people could just, or girls could just wear their Filipinianas to work,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it looks great
Mm-mm.
for everyday wear. Not the hassle to wear that people would say na mainit.
Mm-mm.
It's already complementing on how you can style it to a more
More.
smart casual and business
Yeah,
casual fits.
that is nice. That is nice. The exhibits like this
Yeah.
really show arts and culture in a whole different way.
Yeah.
Talaga.
So, and it's a curated one to really showcase how or what are the things that we can export around the world. And that's a wrap for today's episode of Perfect. We hope our conversation on achievements, innovation, and trailblazing inspired you to see your own wins a little different, and maybe even take the first step towards something bold.
Remember mga katribo, success isn't just about titles or trophies. It's about impact, creativity, and courage to go beyond the usual. Every small win, every new idea, and every new path you dare to take matters.
And of course, don't forget to follow us on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on TikTok, and Daily Tribune Daily Tribune PH on our YouTube channel, and Daily Tribune Official on TikTok, so you'll never miss any episode.
And until next time, keep striving, keep innovating, and keep blazing your own trail. This has been Eliana Lakap.
And I'm Patricia Ramirez. This has been Perfect, where wins, visions, and bold ideas meet. See you next time, mga katribu.
Narito na naman ang inyong lingkod, Manong Joe, para sagutin ang inyong tanong. May tanong tayo mula kay Javier Domingo, isa pong netizen. Manong Joe, paano pag sa Metro Manila tumama ang lindol, handa ba ang Meralco? Ito ang sagot, Javier, at maganda yung tanong mo. Napapanahon talaga na paghandaan ang anumang uri ng sakuna, maging ito ay lindol, malakas na bagyo at kung anuman, sa dami ng kalamidad na nararanasan natin mula sa mga nangyayaring lindol hanggang sa mga pagbaha, malakas na hangin at iba pa, ang kaligtasan ng bawat customer ang prioridad ng Meralco. Tinitiyak namin na ginagawa ang lahat para mapanatiling ligtas at maayos ang aming serbisyo at mga pasilidad. Pinapalitan namin ang mga poste ng mas matibay na gawa sa konkreto at bakal. Inililipat din ang mga poste sa mga lugar na ligtas. Regular na nagsasagawa ng tree trimming at wire clearing ang Meralco para hindi maapektuhan ang mga linya ng kuryente o makayanan ang anumang bagyo o lindol. Nagsasagawa rin ang Meralco ng re-insulation at conductor shielding ng mga linya namin, pagpapatibay ng mga lighting protection system, pati na rin ang pagkakabit ng mga smart device para agad na matukoy ang mga posibleng alalahanin ukol sa serbisyo ng kuryente. Kung kakailanganin, handa po ang Meralco na pansamantalang mag-de-energize upang masiguro ang kaligtasan ng publiko. Kadalasan po namin itong ginagawa kapag tumataas ang tubig baha o di kaya ay napakalakas ng bagyo. Kasama na rin ang uga ng lindol. Pagkatapos naman po ng anuman sakuna, maging po ito'y bagyo o lindol, at may na-damage po kami facilities, bumagsak na linya o ano ba man, huwag ho ninyong lapitan. Hayaan ninyo ang aming mga crew ang gumawa ng kinakailangan para masigurong ligtas ang pagkukumpuni. Kapag sigurado na po tayo na ligtas nang bumalik sa bahay, siguro po tingnan muna natin ang sitwasyon sa loob at siguraduhin din na yung ating mga internal wiring facilities ay nasa maayos na kalagayan. Bago pa man abutin ng tubig baha yung inyong mga outlet, patayin na muna ang main switch sa bahay at i-unplug ang mga appliances. Kung may electrical hazard, agad itong i-report sa amin sa Meralco sa pamamagitan ng My Meralco app. Nasa social media din po kami, Facebook at X, yung dating Twitter, o sa Meralco hotline bilang 16211. Pwede din kayong mag-text sa numerong ito. Tandaan mga katribo na sa panahon ng kalamidad, ang pagiging alerto at maingat ay susi sa kaligtasan. Ako po muli ang inyong lingkod si Manong Joe, Saldariaga para sa Ask Manong Joe. Hanggang sa muli mga katribo at sa mga nanonood sa Daily Tribune.